I want to know what happened between us.
Leave him be, Armand! I'm remembering it now.
I will spend my life making it up to you.
You'll never make it up to me.
I know.
You will regret this for the rest of your life.
Louis, are you okay?
One more round in the stormy romance of you two! Never been about me!
Funny thing, trying to remember what occupied one's time when one was ignorant of the plotting around him.
Hey, that's what I like to see. 50 people in here before we touch the stage. What's up? What is up? We had a really, really good turnout for episode 3, and I'm hoping we can do the same for episode 4. Of course, I am not here to talk about Interview with the Vampire episode 4 by myself. I have some beautiful ladies backstage, not only sharing my platform, but theirs as well. If you can like, subscribe, and all that good stuff on theirs, that would be awesome. Damn, this episode was good. This episode was just so freaking good. I don't know. I feel like all the ladies, because, we have our little what you thought about the episode every single time. And I just feel like we'd be like, oh, it was good. It's not really anything to add or take away from it. The show is just simply amazing. But, I'm going to bring my girl out first because I don't feel like I bring her out first enough. Kay back there with the books because she reading them. Kay, are you ready, baby? Come on to the stage, girl. What did you think about this episode, Kay Bly? Let's see. Let me take this down here. Let's see what's happening. Is Kay stuck? I think Kay might be stuck. Let me see. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to put it back. Oh, snap. Kay might be stuck. Kay, if you want to exit and come back in, I can bring you back on. Let me move on to my girl, Ashley. See if this intro was befitting for her. Because, I just don't know. I don't know. But I know that Ashley stayed looking forward to the intros. Ashley, come on down. Hey,
you know
Ashley.
It was lady girl. Quit playing with the people. Quit playing with the people.
Ashley, what did you think about this episode?
Oh my goodness. Episode 4. I want you more than anything in the world. It screams obsession. Okay. I just need Armand to keep his hands to himself, his thoughts to himself. I am so excited that we are finally getting through to the real Armand. I just need him to stop choking people out. But superb. I'm a broken record.
Keep on doing it because that's who you really are. Go on, keep on rolling up on Santiago and poor Claudia because that's the real person you are. Stop hiding behind that little sweet, soft, cute persona. Armand is mean as hell, and I can't wait till we see it. He's a manipulator, a low key one. But you guys, while we wait for Kay to come back, just when you thought it was going to be the three of us, it's not. It's absolutely not because I have another guest backstage. This is her first time here on this platform and our first time working with her, and hopefully it will not be the last. Welcome to the stage, C, the Superior. Hello, C. How are you doing?
Hello. Very excited to be here. Very excited to talk about episode 4. Now, I could be wrong, but I feel like there's something about episode 4 in this series because episode 4, season 1, I believe it was the episode where the whole fight, the domestic, abuse thing happened between Louis and Lestat. And that was the episode where I was on the edge of my seat. And I feel very much the same with this episode. Something about that episode 4 in these series, man.
Hopefully we get a third season and we can get another passionate episode 4. But what are your thoughts on the show overall since this is your first time here?
So honestly, when I first saw the trailer before it was released, I was a little skeptical, right? Because I'm a big Anne Rice girly, right? I love the movie as well. And I saw that the changes that they were making, particularly with Louis' like background and things like that. And I was a little worried, right? Mm-hmm. But when I saw episode 1, I was drawn in since episode 1. I couldn't get enough. I feel like it's very well written, very well acted, very understated. I feel like more people need to be watching and talking about this show. Like, get on it. It's fantastic.
Don't even get us started. See, 81 people here in this chat. Tell a friend to watch this show because it is just that amazing. And lastly, before we go ahead and get started, what do you think about our brand new Claudia?
Claudia, now, I feel like her acting, giving it. Acting, she's right there, right? I can believe her acting, but the accent be drawing me out of it sometimes, man. I was trying to get with it sometimes. But
yeah, I think we can second that. I know this episode, the more because I noticed she hasn't had as much dialogue as the previous Claudia did, and I do think that's for a particular reason. Even though the constant focus is on the guys, we do normally get some Claudia. The moments that she is upset and she is supposed to be really emoting in the scene, you can hear that. You can hear where she's from. It's not giving New Orleans at all. It's giving across the world. But be that as it may, I still do believe that she's doing a really great job, especially here in this episode. But you guys, while we wait for Kay, we will definitely get her caught up with whatever she may have missed and embrace her when she returns. But we're gonna go ahead and get started with the show, y'all. Come on back, Kay. Hurry up, girl. Hurry up, Kay. Shout out to the 80 people in this live. I love it. But starting off in the good old scene, y'all. Ciao. The foreshadowing in this play is sad. Claudia, is it everything you wanted? Because it's a hit. No, I don't like windows when they close. My poor girl. My poor girl, Claudia. First of all, this was the cutest thing. She was so adorable, but our girl is far from anybody Shirley Temple. This is a grown woman, and she can be anything but that in this play for the next 50 years. Ashley, I'm going to come to you first. What did you think about the play, her dying at the end of the play, and the fact that it's a hit and everybody loves it?
Listen, morbidity at its finest. However, I adored her in this little number. I adored the dress. I liked the little kickball change. I love the people in the audience dressed up like her with their umbrellas. And I actually liked the progression of seeing her filled with excitement in the first performance. And then by the 500th performance, it's like, like windows. But definitely the foreshadowing, I believe, of things to come, that desire for freedom, that desire to be out of her cage. You know what I mean? But yeah, I love the performance, and I loved the almost instant regret, right? After those first couple episodes, she's like, what did I sign up for? Why am I here? And of course, when we get to the exchange with her and Armand, because that's the first time we're actually really getting to see his true colors in their fullness.
Child, even before that, it was just like y'all really gonna have me. I was surprised she made it to the 500 episode, 500 staging of the performance. Like 500 times of this of me being a little girl. See the Superior. How did you feel about the play, and how did you feel about her dying at the end of it?
This whole theater is creepy as hell. I feel like it's very morbid. I do like the outfit though. I feel like I cosplay, so I feel like this will be like a cool little cosplay, little tip of the hat. But as far as the actual play, I love that people were getting into it. Apparently, it's a big hit, smash hit, bigger than The Lion King. But I feel bad for Claudia because she's always trying to escape what she is. She's always trying to escape that infantile, adolescent body, and they are constantly reminding her of it, and it's so sad. I feel like they're bullying her. It's a shame.
Oh man, I see our girl is back and she is backstage. Let me go ahead and bring her on. Good timing, Kay. Everything okay over there? Let's see if everything's good. I think the mic's still muted, Kay. Let's see.
These comments are hilarious.
Let's see. Oh man, did Kay freeze up again? Kay, are you there?
Here.
There we go.
There we go.
We hear you, Kay. Don't be trying to dip, Kay. We had enough technical difficulties before you girl get the live button, Kay. Come on now. What's going on, Kay? How did you feel about Claudia in this performance and just this being a hit and pretty much going to be going on forever?
I feel so bad for Claudia. She's trying so hard to be an adult and they won't let her live. And how long is she going to be hazed? Like, how long does the hazing start before they're like, we good on that? Like, when does it end?
Never, because she's attached to Louis. In my feeling, like if it weren't for Louis and the disdain that they have for him being able to roam free and do as he pleases and them being a set, I feel like it would have stopped by now and they would have maybe embraced her a little bit more. But as long as she's Louis' little sister, we're not embracing her. Or the fact that, this is a hit. They were really hating backstage, low key.
And was.
They were absolutely hating, but I just feel so bad for her. I'm like, we can't do nothing for her. It's nothing else that can really, just be done to save her. But disagreements. Armand's in your face disrespect and Claudia's eat, sleep, and breathing in this costume. It's a privilege to be here. Now, I knew that things were going to get shaky in this episode. This is probably the first episode where we have seen Armand and Louis have their first real disagreement. And they're just having all kind of rebuttals. Like, how did Claudia feel about the play? Oh, she hated it, and they were hating backstage, and she was counting days, honey. I knew it was going to be up from there. But just the blatant disrespect of Louis to be just there reading his book like you weren't supposed to be hit last episode. Like, he just sitting back there all nonchalant. And I'm sure, this is also catering to Armand. After this scene, he does say, I want you around even more. Like, they just do not care. Armand is literally... I can do it, but you can't. See, I'm going to come to you first. How did you feel about pretty much Claudia as well as Santiago voicing their opinions and getting shot down by Armand? Because I can do what I want to do, but you can't. Go ahead, Steve.
Okay. I feel like, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like the whole coven would embrace Claudia more, or they embrace Claudia more than Armand. I feel like Armand is very much jealous of the affections between Claudia and Louis, and he tries his best to make her uncomfortable and just puts all of that like grr into her. I do think that I'm here very much to defend my boy Louis. Y'all was going in on him a little too much in last episode. I'm here to defend Louis. Because he's there. He don't even want to be there for real, but he's there to show his support. Yes, he's reading his book. But he's there to show his support, not only to Claudia, but his companion / not his companion, Armand. And I feel like he's doing the best that he can. He's present, he's supportive, but he's not overstepping. He's not, trying to insert himself where he feels he doesn't belong. And applaud to him.
No, you didn't see.
I'm not about to go on Louis today because I got his back.
Actually, I'm going to come to you next, but I have lost all types of respect for Louis the moment that he realized Armand knew everything and could death him at any second and didn't grab his baby and get out of there the way he be fake clutching the fake pearls on his chest. You don't care about nobody but yourself. Ashley, how did you feel about this?
It tickled me. And of course, we kind of missed the little part during all of Claudia's performances where Santiago was throwing all the shade. And again, that was our kind of first glimpse, like, oh, he really does kind of hate Claudia. I hate this darn song. But in this moment, right, where she's airing her grievances, I'd rather be backstage. I'd rather lick up the blood off the floor. Like, I'd rather do all the things. Armand checking her. But Louis the entire time is set, honey. He's perched. That's my man, my man, my man. He runs this thing. There's nothing y'all can do to me. And then when Santiago gets up, honey, and is like, listen, are y'all is that your companion? Or what? What's happening? And Louis like, no. Well, Armand says, I fell out. Do you hear me? I fell out. Not you perched in this man's theater and then denying him before men. I gathered everything I needed in this scene. I love this look on Claudia with her red. I was like, Claudia, baby, just leave, exit. I would have ran away in the night.
Kay, what about you? Because I was here for because not only just Santiago hating in the moment and hating Louis, but this is upstage in a little production that I have. Even though he is the vampire, he's also the artiste and the actor. This show is upstage in my little performances. So when y'all gonna stop and cut that off? Kay, how did you feel about this?
This made Santiago want to expedite the process because see, he was playing the long game, and now he's like, we got to hurry up and get her on out of here. But see, this is where Armand is pulling the strings. Okay, Armand knows that the coven hates Claudia, but Armand don't like her either. She in the way between him and Louis. She's in the way. So Armand is letting the coven do what they need to do to get Claudia out the way. He's letting them do this because Armand can read their mind. He knows what they planning. He knows it. He's letting it happen.
Mm-hmm. And so was Louis, might I add.
Louis
go ahead.
Be acting oblivious to everything. He just be acting like he just don't know what's going. He over there worried about them damn pictures. Don't nobody care about your photography. What are you doing?
What were you about to say, Steve?
No, I was saying, do y'all really think Santiago don't like Claudia? Because I feel like he likes her, but he just likes the spotlight. He likes to be the attention ball.
No, he don't like her.
I think Santiago likes her enough to like her, but it's not anywhere bigger than his own agenda. His affection for her is not bigger than what he wants, what he desires, and who he wants to be and who he hates. At this moment, it's Louis and it's Armand. Can't stand Louis. I want Armand's position. You are a tool to be used to do that. I really think he is trying to use her and act like he's an ally when he's not, personally.
I think it's
like he's there for the spotlight. He wants to lead the coven. He wants to be the star of the show. He just wants all the spotlight, in my opinion. Like, I feel like he doesn't really hate her, but he just hates that he's not the center of attention in this particular play that's doing so well. And the same thing with Armand. Like, he may hate a little Armand a little bit.
I think there's a ton of animus that Santiago just carries. I think he's bitter about his maker. I think he hates Armand. And I think Claudia is an abomination, is what I honestly think. Right? He's really a broken
he can't stand Armand. He can't stand Louis. Santiago is a big hater. Just hater.
Kill my maker for less, yet and still you have this young vamp rolling up with your lover that is meant to roll him around. She's taking the spotlight. Child, push comes to shove. He is not going to be jumping in front of any bullets or buses for Claudia. Absolutely not.
Look at his face. He always looking at them with a frowny face and whatnot. And ever since they got there, he be asking us sneaky questions. Oh, y'all said y'all was from Chicago, right? And
he's a hater.
He's probing. He's probing.
He's definitely a hater for sure. Definitely.
Now y'all know I have to take a minute to grandstand and represent, because once again we have 100+ people here in this live. That don't happen every day. Let me show y'all some love, and we will definitely be right back. Keep on.
I was pitching a Frankie. These so cranky. Get him a hanky. My mommy, I'm cold. Give me my blankie. Flyer than a kite. I get higher than my pencil. Keep the snow white. I can pay for the bundle. Stuff your cookies up till they crumble. Don't be acting like the Cardinals are gonna fumble. I'm a stealer. Fresh this out the dealer. Rolling toe boys gon' feel her. Flow so sick, I need a healer. It's my concealer. I be out in Queens. I'm a 4 week. I'm a big deal. That's why I get more than a pigtail. With the men, I'm getting the munchies. I think I have a rap my untried. Really think this bitch shine my shoes. You know I keep a bag. Let me sign your boobs. I'm the only thing hopping like a kangaroo. I mean the only thing popping like a can of brew. Listen, you should buy a 16 cause I like a child. The 808 woof.
Yes, thank you to the 100+ people in here. Remember to like on my end, Kay's ends, see the superior end, and Ashley's end. Show some love to everybody here on this panel. Thank you guys. Anything else on Santiago before I move on?
Not in this clip, more later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. It gets juicy. Like the clips was clipping it so much. They are able to fit so much into this episode. Even when we get all the way down to Santiago having his own little jilted lover type situation and a little jealousy. I'm sure that'll come back later. What are we? I'm risking it all for you. Keeping your secrets. You promised you'd be quiet. You promised you wouldn't talk. You promised you wouldn't talk. Like, I am absolutely here for these fledging moments, as I'm gonna start calling them. The fact that Armand is literally going against the grain and really pushing everything that he knows just for the likes of Louis, and Louis like, baby, it's whatever you want it to be. Look here. I spent a plethora of years with Lestat. I am not interested in getting tied down. Whatever you want to keep it cute. You want me to be around more? Boo, I will be there. But we're not finna just jump off of a bridge and say we in a full-fledged relationship. We just kicking it. Kay, I'm gonna come to you first. How did you feel about this? And how did you feel about the likes of Lestat being who Lestat is? Like, who am I the secret? Me? Oh, this is cute. Let me blow this candle out real quick.
That man laughed in their face when they said I love you, because he know that relationship ain't shit, just like we do. He laughed out loud. He's like, I see right through this foolishness. This ain't nothing but more manipulation, and y'all just want to compare. Y'all just want to have some type of love, and y'all both fake. He laughed like y'all so fake. I love Lestat in this moment. Just look at him. He looking like he watching a scripted TV show.
Very much so is. Very much so is. See, I'm gonna come to you. How did you feel? Did you feel like either one of them were more so Armand meant the I love you, or was it just an I love you for convenience? And how do you feel about Lestat? Because he's always gonna be my favorite.
Armand is desperate for love. Armand is taking love wherever it comes. He thought it was coming from Lestat. He found out it wasn't. Now he feel like it's coming from Louis. He thought it was coming from his maker, but we're going to get into that later. He's just desperate for love. And Louis, who was previously in that position last season, he's found himself in, the F-boy position, right? And I think it's interesting that dynamic shift, because he's definitely the F-boy of this relationship. He don't want to make it official. He playing games. He say, yeah, I'll see you when I see you. You can come over at night. We spend a time alone when we need to, yada, yada, yada. And honestly, if I didn't know that they end up spending so many years together, I would just think that Lestat is like his toxic ex that he can't get over, and Armand is just a rebound. But they've been together for so many years. Like, what did he just turn this F boy into like this faithful man? I don't know. I'm interested to know how that all happened. But I feel bad for Armand, even though I hate him. But Louis definitely playing with his emotions in the scene.
There will never be a cold day where I feel bad for Armand. It's just not coming. They tried it in this episode, trying to play on my emotions with his little speech in the museum, honey. But it's just it popped out a little bit, and I was like, I had threw it on the ground. Like, nope, it's Armand. It's all manipulation.
He got abandonment issues, poor boy. I feel a little bad for him, but not too much though.
Ashley, what about you? How'd you feel about this?
Yeah, Louis tickled me again in this scene because Armand, and I really initially I was like, well, maybe Armand, because he's been through so much trauma, right? He really does want love. But the more I look at Armand's character and looking at this season, it's about possession. I feel like it's about what's my property, what I can own, what I can possess. And I think more than loving Louis, he just wants to have Louis. Just like the title, I want you more than anything in the world. Yeah, you want to possess Louis is what I felt like in this. And Louis's nonchalance tickles me again. And Lestat in every scene, I can't get enough of him. I want more. I want us to get real Lestat though. That's what I'm seeking. But yeah, Armand, give it up. Armand is like a little puppy dog with Louis, and it's an act. We all know it's an act, and I'm just like, come on, Armand, come on.
Once again, we have just about 130 people here in this live. Please show support. Keep hitting that like button. Show people. If and when you want your comment prioritized, please attach a dial to it so I can see you. We love to see it. But yeah, I'm here for all this. I'm here for all this. Like, as you said, I cannot wait until we factual see, because I just know Louis is gonna be like, is this a mirage? I thought I told you to go away. Didn't I make you disappear in the park? Like, no, I'm actually here. I'm actually here. And like you said, that possession angle, I really do think is that. And I think the fact that he has that attachment to Lestat makes him want to possess Louis even more in a spiteful way. I'll say this, who thinks that Armand knows that Lestat is still alive? Because I think he knows. I think he knows.
I don't know. I don't think he knows.
I think he knows. I think he knows. Like,
513 years old, and I know a little something now.
Because he just always knows everything. He's just sitting on it. I think he knows, and he's trying to like sink his little teeth per se into Louis before he pops back into the position of his mind to go like, are you going to be with me, or are you going to stay with this person that you don't know? At least you know, like, at least, which is sad because Lestat is nobody's prize, but at least it's the demons you know.
I'm like, it's because Lestat, you know what you're getting face value. He's gonna come. He wears it on his sleeve. Lestat is gonna Lestat every single time. Armand is like this devious, deceptive little
manipulative.
He's in the house of slithering. Can't you just tell? It's just there. It is. It really is.
Malfoy kin in him. Yeah.
You try to put on his front like he's this good guy, but he really not. We know he a snake.
Armand's still jealous and bothered. I could feel his breath on the back of my neck. Oh, child, when Armand looked over there, like
Armand was looking. He looking like you never pass up the chance to like humiliate me when it comes to this man.
I love this. Like the fact that it could still be this. Like y'all almost 100 years deep, man. Like y'all almost 100 years deep. And it's still this, like, no matter what you have tried to do, whatever he's erased in his memory, Lestat will always and forever be really prominent in just his feelings, or even the moment before his face. He's like, yeah, I didn't know that he was that prominent at that moment in our relationship. I didn't know he was seeing and feeling him that much. He's always going to. It's just, you're just not that, Armand, and I'm sorry, boo. Ashley?
I don't believe anything Armand says. Not only is Armand a liar, right? Not only is he a liar, he's just super jealous. I mean, you could feel everything else about Louis, but you ain't feel that. Quit lying to the people. And the fact that he can be jealous of a dead Lestat is beyond me and sends me. Louis ain't seen Lestat in a million years. Okay, and you're still pressed like Armand. Get a grip. fix your face, okay, and let's eat on down the road. And when Daniel was like, Louis, are you schizophrenic? Like, you're having visions. People are there. Daniel's always going to read the room, and I'm absolutely here for it. But Armand just, child, and then Louis, I was severing one bond and building another. No, you were trauma bonding for a second time, is what you were doing.
It just kills me that Armand is literally a 70-year rebound. He's still rebound. I don't care. All this little lovey-dovey as the world turns, he is still rebounding. He has never gotten over Lestat. That is a different kind of love that he just does not share with Armand. And he gonna be forever jealous. See,
okay. I have so many thoughts. Like, yeah, he's still jealous over Louis. It's that, like, he just has that jealous bone in his body. He's just trying to, replace Lestat, and he can't. I feel like he's trying to replace Lestat for himself and for Louis. And that's like a weird position to be in because he was very much, in love with Lestat as well. And he's just so unlikable as a character. I'm trying to sympathize with his situation, but because imagine playing second fiddle in your own relationship for X amount of years. That's ridiculous, right? But it is what it is, bro. You gotta accept it. You're not going to take Lestat's place, unfortunately. So you just gotta make it do what it do. And I feel like he also coddles Louis in a way. He coddles him so much. And I guess we'll talk about it in a later scene and with the photos and everything like that. Very suspicious. I got my eye on him. And Daniel won't clock that tea every time. I love him. One of my favorite characters. So yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, I just can't get over the fact that I'm like, there had to be some other lovers. You mean to tell me Lestat, or I'm sure his past also catered to you being this insecure in this relationship for this long? That's a lot. He needs some therapy. K-Bly?
Armand is coddling Louis because he knows. Y'all, Louis, even throughout the books, Louis is known to have that sad, depressed, melancholy attitude. And I think that Armand, through his manipulation and his mind games and his hoodoo glamour tricks, is sitting there like, now I done did everything in the vampire book can to get you together, and you still sitting over here throwing Lestat in my face. I done pulled out all the stops to get you to a place where you are happy, and here you go talk about this man again. Come on now.
I mean, how we can blame Louis? Like, and not only that, like, it would be different if it was just, simply, he was simply my maker. No, this was my maker / my husband, the other parent. But he's been my abuser. He's been a whole lot. He has been a whole lot to him for him to forget.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't know. Like, my sun and my moon and my stars, and he showed me how he made me.
You can be my Wiz, and I could be your sun. You can be my earth. This was everything because he was all he needed to get by for a very long time. And now that he's not, he's trying to learn himself. Leave Louis alone in that position. When it comes to Claudia, Louis can go to hell. Okay. Daniel's memory of Armand. Victims list are burn Louis, body bags, and glamour. What happened and who's lying? It's going to forever be Armand. Armand is lying. Now, I know I'm going to go to everybody because I know everybody has their own per se theory about maybe what's happening here. We see a body dropping in the room in a bag. We see a body dropping. Who is that? Who is that? Like, I'm like, is Daniel really Daniel? Did he glamour Daniel? Is he feeding Daniel some? Because he's constantly saying stuff to him every time we flash back, and it's just like, are you feeding things to implant who old Daniel was, who may be dead on this foot? Like, I don't know what the hell's going on, but I know Armand's lying. I know that. I know Armand is lying, and I just want to know how Louis fits into this, because it's very easy to perceive this as Louis was baiting him to come to this room for these drugs to feed on him, but this clearly grew into something else for Louis to be, because we have pictures from the Talamasca of Louis clearly being burned. You have scenes of, Louis, what are you doing? The sun's coming up, and something occurred that made this escalate way further than it needed to. Ashley, I'm gonna come to you first.
Listen, I have a whole theory, especially after watching the entire episode. So y'all just be aware. But look, can we talk about this scene? Because I really wanted to get into this because I was like, okay, the Talamesca, they're remoting in again. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, Daniel's looking at it and he sees the article again about this fire at the theater, right? And so he, of course, asked the question, you guys were the only two that survived the theater fire? And Armand immediately is like, that was not in the archive. I didn't give you access to that information. And then Louis is like, what fire? Like, what are you? And I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go down memory lane. And so as he's doing that, we know that Armand gets into Daniel's head and starts going back over all this stuff. Now, here's my theory after everything, right? They played with the boys. They talk about that, I think, in the last episode or the episode before, how they had their beautiful boys that they would bring into the relationship throughout, their 100-year romance or whatever. And so I think Daniel was prime time because we see Armand in the bar and Louis like, do you want to come back with us? And Armand's like, no, I'm good. But you see the look in Armand's face, again, that jealousy. So I think that Louis and Daniel were getting bucky naked or about to. Armand is overcome in a fit of jealousy and does something to him. Now, do I think bodies were transferred and memories implanted? I have no idea, but something definitely happened. And I believe it was at the hands of Armand. That's my thought.
I could see that. I could definitely see that because it is some confusion added with the extra body dropping in the room. But that could be any time, any place. That could be, them trying to throw us off. But it is giving because Louis is yelling in the scene, maybe to leave him alone. I'm like, was there a little bit more interest there in Daniel than Armand cared for? And he pounds. The people want to know. See what you got.
Now, during our last episode, somebody speculated that Daniel might be in the closet. And when I was looking at it, I was thinking, no, this can't be the case. But this episode has brought me over to the other side. Because if you pay attention to the thought transmissions that was going on between Armand and Daniel, he was kind of, reliving a story of Daniel having to, or at least telling a woman, hey, I'll only smash you for bags over your head, right? Yeah. And then later in the scene, we see a man with a bag over his head. So I'm like, is this some kind of kink he got into? And now he's smashing men with just, putting bags, and maybe it went too far. I don't know. The guy ends up dead. But I feel like Daniel and Louis maybe went back after the bar with the purposes of possibly smashing. But I feel as if maybe Louis and him got to talking about their passions, his passion for writing, maybe Louis' passion for photography, and that sparked something. And when Armand found out about this something, because the recordings are there, so clearly it feels as if it's something that they've met more than once to do these recordings. So when Armand got the thing with his jealous self, he came in and sabotaged something. I feel like it's something along those lines. But I feel as if, Daniel might be, closeted. And that Armand is behind whatever situation's about to happen in the next episode. But I do feel like that body was a result of a kink gone too far by Daniel. He has a thing with the bag over the heads. We already know. That's what I think is going on there.
Well, yeah, I think throughout the panel, we've always thought that Daniel was closeted because he is, claiming we were only in the bar for drugs or per se, like, no, we were there for that and, other men. And every single time we have these glamored Armand moments, it's always kind of tying back into Daniel's sexuality. We have the situation with the magazines and the women in the bag over the head, or even his inadequacy to just be in his marriage or have an attachment to his kids. This is very much a closeted man. But I could definitely see them meeting, and because if that's the case and it's just like you found other interest in the likes of Daniel, I feel like I was like, that would be so sad if we have Louis pretty much be glamored for 70 years. into being with Armand, because that's where it's going for me. Maybe Daniel awakened something in him, some interest, and it's just like, maybe coming back around to who he used to be and not really being fully fledged into whatever Armand is offering him in a relationship. I really feel like even at this moment that they sit there in modern day, he has been glamored this entire time. Maybe not, 100% completely with certain things, but a certain part of his memory has been blocked off by Armand to make him appeal a certain way and want to be with him for this long. Poor Louis. Poor Louis. I think he being lied to. Okay, welcome back. Okay, what did you think about this scene? What is your takeaway?
I think it was something between Daniel and Armand. I don't know what, but I think it was them two. Because the way Armand looks at Daniel sometimes, like looking at him like, do you remember? He's like waiting for him to remember something between them two. And I see, and I think he knows that Daniel's memory is flashing and cracking. I think it has something to do with Daniel and Armand. That's what I'm getting.
Child, Daniel, I should hope not. Like, that'll ruin Daniel's life. He's like, oh, you. No, he can't. He cannot stand Armand. I think it's really going to be a pivotal moment. I hope we're all wrong, and it's like, oh hell, that's what this was. I hope it's just really, really shocking. I love being shocked on a good day, but it's gonna shake the table though, because whenever they find this moment out together, we'll have Louis coming into his revelation all at the same time. Yeah, we have Daniel shaking the room when he mentions the fire. Who survived? Armand is definitely hiding something. It is just slowly unraveling. Daniel be taking me out because I'd be like, all right, Daniel, keep it cute. They can pounce on you at any second. Daniel just be taking risks like he got some supernatural powers we don't know about to protect himself, and he don't. But I'm glad that it kind of just blew over. But as soon as he mentioned it, Armand is like, not you being privy to some information that I didn't share with you. Who told you that? I was like, all right, be easy now. Raglan James can't come up here and save you. He cannot come up here and save you. Thank you so much, Awakened Soul, for the $1.99 super chat. What if Daniel was a serial killer?
I think so.
The plot thickens. That'd be an element.
But why would they protect him if he was? Like, why would they allow him to, be free? It seems as if they were, cleaning up possibly the crime scene, if that's the case. Why would they do that if he was a serial killer?
I just don't see it. I just want to know what kept them up in there in that room that whole time for Louis to get burnt up the way he did by the sun. Because, it wouldn't affect Armand. He's older. I can't wait to see. Hopefully we get to see next episode, because I feel like we've been waiting on that and Lestat's return long enough. But watch out shaking that table, Daniel. It don't take much for them to be trying to pounce on you. Santiago, the pretend ally. He is who can read a book with one touch. Don't let the others in the coven, let the other coven members catch you, because I'm cool. It's okay with me if you want to continue to journal and all those other good things. I think he is trying to gain her trust. Even if he does like Claudia a little bit, there will always be an ulterior motive for me. Kay, how do you feel about Santiago and Claudia in this scene and her still writing in those journals, child?
He looked like a friend to me. That ain't no friend. He's just saying that to taunt her. Like, oh, you're not supposed to be doing that, right? You're not supposed to be doing that. You don't remember the rules, right? That's against the rules, right? He's taunting her. Ain't nothing about him that says I'm gonna be your friend. Every time she turn around, he creeping, looking over her shoulder and stuff, saying some weird stuff.
I just hate how trusting she is and that she's not protecting herself. I just wanted her to have just such a hardened shell after the situation with Bruce, but she's just really, really trusting. Maybe because, from the beginning, Santiago has been the only one to show her a little bit of, kinship, but it's just like, yeah, that's for a reason. It's only him for a reason of his own. I think he has his own motives with Claudia. C, do you think that this is genuine?
Like, I feel like, okay, he's definitely an opportunist. He's definitely looking out for number one. But I do feel like he has an admiration for Claudia. Like he sees a little bit of himself in Claudia, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like if it comes down between him and Claudia, he's going to pick himself every time, right? He's looking out for number one. But I don't feel like he has a hatred towards her. I don't feel like he has anything against her. And in fact, I feel like he would probably try to bring her into the fold versus, go against her. Because I get the vibe from him that he very much loves the adoration of everything. He loves being the star of the show. He wants to be the coven leader. He wants people to look at him and adore him. I feel like it's the opposite for Louis. He doesn't like Louis. He doesn't mess with Louis. But I feel like he messed with Claudia. And if he could bring her into the fold, he would. But she has such a loyalty to Louis. And I feel like that's where things might, come awry. When that loyalty to Louis overtakes her desire to want to be accepted into this coven, that's when he's going to be like, okay, bitch, I ain't even like you like that anyway. Show his true color.
Ashley?
Yeah, no, I think he thinks she's an abomination. And if Armand got rid of his maker, Armand needs to get rid of her too. I think he's about enforcing it. And even in their conversation, it was definitely like a pro move, right? Let me endear myself to her. Let me make her think I care. Because he said, listen, if one of my two girlfriends come in here and see you, they're going to go right to my tear. And he has what did he say? A grave attachment to the laws. And I was like, well, okay, so he's going to get her one way or the other. He's either going to get these journals or he's going to get Armand to turn on her and take her out. But yeah, I think Santiago is completely fueled by his own, endeavors, whatever that is. But yeah, I thought this was a great scene. I love Santiago. I can't help it. I love the character. He's so dark and terrible. I mean, he just makes you like him, and he's dramatic. You know what I mean? He's gonna do that. But as soon as I saw, I was like, he knows she journals now. That's gonna be his first move. Get them journals. He knows there's gonna be something in there because they're lying. They're lying from the beginning.
Why is she so comfortable? That's what I'm like. Why are you so comfortable? Like, y'all still supposed to be low key. As far as she's concerned, at this moment, they still have that secret they're trying to, hold on to, even though nobody believed it from the moment they touched down. Why are you journaling? Like, Claudia just be slipping.
This is the one thing I will say, if I have any complaint about the show thus far, is the fact that she goes again from being this strong-willed, super circumspect with all her actions, how she moved, to now just being like this lost flower. It doesn't really coincide with who we've known Claudia to be as she's matured. That would probably be my only gripe so far with the season. Because let's keep some continuity.
Definitely had her regress a whole lot, especially from the Claudia we ended up with in the first season. And she was well traveled. She had experienced some things. So by the time she came back and it was I'm gonna get Louis, it's like she's regressing back into being a little girl, and we see more little girl tendencies in her than an adult, which is I'm sure it's for the circumstances that she's in, but no, this is not the Claudia that was smoking a cigarette in episode 1. Thank you, Dane C, for the $5 super chat. Peace, Tyra, my Nubian bloodsucker. LOL. Peace, panel. Not seen this episode, but it sounds like Armand is final boss at the end of the game. We shall see, but that's always been in game for Armand, and I cannot say that he's lost, even though this episode tries to make it feel like, oh, we finna end up Louis finna be in charge. I was like, Louis, you ain't been in charge of nothing since the 20s. You ain't in charge of nothing. Oh Lord. Claudia's future companion, sharing familiar isolation and pain. The womanhood Claudia will never know. Rebellion. You haven't grown in 2 years. Your eyes look like windows. Okay. We have this lovely lady here. There seems to be like a little bit of companion and also attraction, but I think the attraction is more so just admiration on Claudia's part as far as what she'll never have and what she aspires to be. And they also have, just a whole lot of things in common in my opinion. But I think that this was her moment to not only find companionship, but just rebel away from somewhere she doesn't want to be. Can go to Louis. Armand is there. Don't want to be here at this coven, so I'm going to go and spend time with my friend. Ashley, I am going to come to you first. How did you feel about this situation, as well as her Nazi-esque backstory and, how she ended up there in that predicament alone?
Girl, when she said, I let a boy touch my titties, I about fell out. Because why do we need to know that information? Can't you just say I had a dalliance with someone? I didn't have anything. He took care of me. We didn't need to know about that man feeling on your titties. I didn't need to know that. I don't like her. I think she could have found a better companion. Like, why did we go here and pick the supremacist? Right? I don't care even if she wasn't a real one. Listen, they're drawing daggum swastikas on the wall. I didn't like it. I don't like it. Get another Mama Claudia. I'd have been elder mother, old world vampire than this one.
You weren't here for the titties. He wanted to know, what real love felt like before he died. You just can't. Kay, how did you feel about this? Her backstory of the future for pretty much what we know she's going to end up being for Claudia.
I just have y'all's little fun with the friendship while it lasts. While it lasts. This is gonna be your first and last friend. So I hope y'all enjoy y'all a little bit of time together. Armand already told you to stay away from. We know this ain't gonna end well. So I hope you enjoy this little friendship.
She did. She came to her show and everything, and was supporting her. Shout out to TG for the $2 super chat. We need more C, Tyra. I'm gonna do what I can, TG. I'm gonna do what I can, Tyra. This is her first time here. Cool your chaps. Thank you so much for being here, C, and thank you for the super chat, Tyler. Thank you. C, what did you think about this whole situation here?
So, okay, I wanted to address Claudia's regression, right, if you will. I feel like when she came into Lestat's and Louis' life, she came in there very much as a third, right? They've already had their thing established, and she was just coming in as almost like an outsider looking in. And now that she's in the coven, she feels as if she is accepted, like this is her tribe. So maybe she's regressing because it's almost like a need fulfilled, and she feels like, this is where I belong. And I can kind of understand her regression to this kind of childish version of herself. As far as when it comes to this woman, this Taylor, very inappropriate. I feel like, why is this grown woman, talking about, intercourse and everything else with this child? She's supposed to be a child. Ew, what's going on here? But I do think that they're both lonely in a way, and they're seeking that solace in each other. So I can understand that. I find myself liking their interactions and their relationship. And when it came to the scene where they're in the shop and the woman, she's menstruating.
Yeah.
And Claudia actively stops herself from, attacking her. That speaks to that connection there. And it also kind of speaks to Claudia, I feel like, she'll never have that. She'll never have a period. She'll never be able to really have the relationship that this woman has experienced with that, not, in AZI. I don't know if we can say that on YouTube. So I like their interaction. I like their relationship, how it's developing so far, even though I feel like it is a little inappropriate at times.
Definitely. This would be, maybe up to par if Claudia had already revealed, I'm a such and such year old vampire, right? You don't know this. As far as you're concerned, you're still talking to a little girl. So, yeah, girl, put them titties up. Thank you so much, Drew Chase, for the $5 super chat. I'm hoping Claudia is writing some fake journals, staying one step ahead now that she knows Santiago knows. Absolutely not. She's not, which is killing me, getting back into her regression as a character, because Claudia, who was beating Lestat at the chess game, plotting that entire last of that episode all the way down to his demise, she would never I feel like she would be so much smarter than this. But there is a whole lot going on, and the likes of this coven and the way that they are treating her have caused her to regress back into a little girl or a younger vamp. But yeah, old school Claudia, probably so. This one, then was them journals, and it's about to go down. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, Drew. We appreciate it. But yes, leaving here, and the ditties, girl, put them up. We get here. Oh, this was such a good scene. I was here for it. I was here for the drama. Louis wants to be Nina Mosley Love Hall so bad. Like, first of all, I'm so glad that we are beyond Louis in his pictures. I was with Lestat, like, oh, it's cute. I spent 2 years pretending to be an actor. Like, Nina Mosley Love Hall, he want to be in this poetic, artsy photography renaissance, and like, we love that for you, Louis, but we don't want to hear about it. I didn't want to hear about it, and Santiago definitely did not want to hear about it. Armand shutting it down and mocking Louise. That southern growl gave New Orleans, don't it? I was here for it. I was here for all the drama, and the moment that he began to mock him, Louis, he be trying to keep his little composure and be cute. We have not seen Louis, that Louis who was, first season, like, I'll let you reload, gonna reload just a little bit, listen, keep shooting, but I'm a vampire, I ain't going nowhere. That little malice that he has with him, we ain't really seen it, because he been, trying to wear his beret, eat baguettes, and take pictures in the dark. This is what I'm talking about. Come on down. Come on down, Louis. I'm absolutely here for it. And him just about snatching Santiago's tongue out of his mouth. Because what you're not going to do is mock me in front of all these people. And, Armand is keeping the secret as if there is still one. Ashley, how did you feel about this?
Everything. But let's go back, though, to when Louis is trying to sell his photos or get them featured or whatever. And the man shows him Gordon Parks. The way I fell out, like, Louis, baby, Gordon Parks, you will never be. It's okay, because not many could ever be. Like, it was just in the fact that he was pissed off and mad. I was like, this is speaking to Louis' narcissism, right? Louis has an overinflated image of who he is. But as far as the dinner party scene, it sent me from Santi and his little boo things, cutting eyes across the table, because they've been into it, fighting over Santi's little D this whole entire time. When he would shut his mouthful cavity. Again, I fell out. The comic relief was never ending. We have Louis at the end of the table, honey, doing his best to entertain Claudia. I will say I loved that we got season 1, episode 1 Louis in this scene, right? Where he pulls the knife on his brother. I was like, oh, that's that Louis. Louis been a kept woman for so long, he forgot what his roots were. I was glad to see this come full circle. Santi is gonna throw all of the shade. I love it, baby. He was giving Louis better than Louis gave Louis. And the snatching of the tongue, the freezing of time, it gave me all the dramatic feels that I look for. You hear me? I loved it. That's it.
I was here for it. It was definitely giving that little moment of his Garden Park situation. I think the slide comes after this one. It reminded me of Juice when Steel be looking at Q like, you just local. You just a local DJ Q. You are just a local. You just local. You local, Louis. You were amateur. Relax. The fact that them little teeth came out because you was upset. Okay, what did you think about this situation and Santiago feeling like, I don't even see it. He's not even that cute.
Louis been sensitive about them pictures all episode. Every time somebody bring them pictures up, he be ready to fight somebody. He be so in his feelings about them damn pictures. He was so sensitive, he hopped over the table. Like he
Babe, it's okay, baby. You're not Gordon. You never will be, Louis. It's okay, Bookie.
It was. I didn't think, it was the pictures. It was also, I'm trying to have my moment with my sister daughter, and you're, mocking me, even down to Santiago getting that accent, that growl right, and you're also at the same time trying to low key let my secret. I hate that we're still going along with the fact that this is a secret, but we're gonna pretend that. Or even the moment of when he, what does he say? I think one of the vampires say, like, Santiago, he's also starting to rebel. He was running through the streets screaming, I'm a vampire naked. Like, Santiago is just literally about to cut loose, because if you can, then why can't I? See, I'm going to bring it to you while Kate comes back in here.
So I feel like, again, I'm here to take up for Louis, because I'm not about to have this Louis slander. Okay, number one. When it came to his pictures in episode 2 or maybe episode 3, excuse me, Louis still trying to find himself, right? He's like, okay, who are you separate from Lestat? Who are you separate from Claudia? Who are you? And he feels as if he finds himself in his photography, right? And the fact that this man and everybody else is clowning his pictures, bruh. I feel so bad because this is where he's trying to find himself, right? Yeah, he's not the best, but he's, this is what his passion, this is what he loves to do. And when Santiago, hating behind, came in talking smack, that was enough is enough. And I do love that we got to see a little bit of old school Louis. But since then, he's had a lot of alphas in his life. He originally was an alpha in his human form, right? But then Lestat came in and out-alphaed him, and he got him into his beta. And even Claudia, she came in with that alpha, and he's never had to really, since becoming a vampire, had to step into that alpha position. And then now, all of a sudden, he's like, hold up, wait a second, let me remember who I am, like T'Challa. Remember who you are. He came across that table, honey, and served them, and I am glad. Even though I like Santiago, but sometimes he just got to keep his mouth closed. He got to learn, and Louis the one to teach him, and good for him. So yes, I love this thing.
I think what's killing me with Louis and why I laugh at him and his awfulness, even though I love this sit your 5 ass down before I make change moment from him because we need it. He thinks that, like you said, he was the alpha and he got out alpha by Lestat, and then you have the likes of Claudia, and at this moment he feels like Armand is a little less of an alpha, but Armand is no less of an alpha than Lestat was. He really thinks poor thing, like Louis really feels like he has some leverage here to be, that Lestat, that man, and like, no, you still the wife in the relationship. You still the well kept wife, Louis. Armand he's just being a recluse with his until the moment that he doesn't have to be. But you're still not in control of this moment. But I was here. Let me take this super chat from TG. Let's see. A grown child talking about the nasty stuff. Yeah, I mean, she, once again, some experiences. Claudia was still living in that experience that she'll never have. But yeah, I think it was the inappropriateness because the other lady, like, you don't know that this is still just a child. So you're pushing it a little far, but there's, a whole lot of gravitas about Claudia that says she's wise beyond her years. Oh, let's go here. Let me show y'all some love. Y'all been sending them super chats and y'all know we appreciate them. Once again, keep liking that button. Keep hitting that like button, showing love, y'all. It's 180 people up in here. What's good?
Wow.
Wow. In here, what's good? Oh man, let me show these guys some love, and we are going to come right back. Let's see what I want to use here.
Give them something good. Give them something good.
Yeah, I want to dance. I want to dance this time, Tyra. I need to.
Yeah, the little dance breaks.
No, this gonna be no dance break. This just about them putting their penis up and keep it to themselves. We'll be right back.
Stop talking, just come suck it. When it's smoke, bet the ops gon' duck it. We kick smoke up, they keep bucket. Break up with your shit's over. Pretty but it gets scary October. I'm not to play with I told them. When I get mad, I lose my composure. Don't want no smoke, they want exposure. He wanna eat it again just for closure. If he I might let him come over. I'm all in his mouth like a god. Full play, so I need me a big meal. Big boss, so a big meal. Big pins back out with the big wheels. Big LEO, I'm a big deal. Lift that up, we not humping. Skies on my block jumping. Jump out the black truck, we start jumping. In the field with 100 kids, no trumpet.
Cause put that penis up sometime, y'all. That's all they do together in these little relationships is this throttle. Put it up.
At that break there that you just did, Tyra. Amazing work, by the way. Okay. But Louis ain't never looked at Armand the way he looked at Lestat. It's not there.
You saw the vibes episode 3 on that piano. He won't ever put it down like me. He can't drive. He don't even drive. If you want to sneak out in the middle of the night, baby, I'm your guy. He is never gonna be that. he is never gonna be that. Like that, he just don't put it down like that. Our mom be making love. Let me read the super chat. Let's see. Thank you, TG, for the $2 super chat. Louis sees my man. That's somebody got it.
Louis, I was just gonna say somebody got to root for Louis because I just want
I
to
love
know
me
him.
some Louis. Y'all not
Somebody
about
got
to tear him
to
down.
come in for the rescue.
I'm gonna give him that. He fine.
Yes, and not only that, he keep him a man, child. He keep him a man, honey. Somebody
A
gonna take
rich
care of
one
Louis.
and a fine one.
Yes, amen.
Oh, see, Louis, you are no Garden Parks. Still confiding in Lestat, Armand's lies catching up with him. Because these not mine. Where did these pictures come from? How dare you blame the real Rashid? No, you didn't blame the real Rashid.
And his feelings about them damn pictures again.
Well, it wasn't at the modern day. It wasn't even so much, the pictures. He was like, I love when his leg be crossed. He be getting into the story like, I just want the readers to know that I was an amateur. Okay, I was in no way a professional. Like, yeah, you know what? Because wait, that's not mine. This one isn't mine, and this one isn't either. Where did this come from? Like, do you? And he knows, like, you put these there. Like, I don't need to be coddled or handled a certain way. Like, but not even that. Like, the sensitivity. What sensitivity level are we at that we would have to plant fake photographs as like? I was like, is there some photographs missing that belong there? Like, what real purpose does this serve? But of course, Armand, even in this moment, still lying. Still lying. If you're lying about something so small, what else are you really lying about? But yes, I was absolutely here for even in this moment. He didn't reach out to Armand to say, you know what, I almost rolled up on the art dealer because he said I was local. We were talking to imaginary Lestat, and I love Lestat. I love these moments in the way that they confide in each other, and it just makes me understand why he would miss him so much. He could have called Armand, but he did. He chose to talk to Lestat. Ashley, how did you feel about this? Well, I know we already spoke about this, but how did you feel about pretty much Armand lying?
I mean, what they say, the old folks used to say, a lie don't care who tell it. All right. And Armand is just a willing vessel at this point. You know what I mean? If it's a lie, let me do it. And honestly, a part of me, like the pessimistic side, we know I'm sweet, y'all. I'm sweet, okay? But the other part of me makes me feel like, in a way, Armand wants to kind of torture Louis with what he's not and who he's not in some sort of weird subliminal way, right? It's never overt, but there's some element there to that. But yeah, as far as he and Lestat is his bestie. And I think just like with all true toxic love stories, right? The good times are amazing. The bad times are just traumatic. And so, I mean, I felt it. Again, Louis and his feelings, Louis thinking he's better than he really is. And I mean, with time not being a factor, Louis, you could have put in some more effort to be better. Like,
it's like Gordon Parks all in Harlem, walking around with these people in the daylight. I can't do that. Like, that has nothing to do with any confidence.
Just a quarter. Come on, Louis.
Kay, what about you? How did you feel about this? Do you still love Lestat just as much as I do? Because Lestat, he did give really good advice, and he was honest. Like, yeah, you see this? That's no good. You should use the moon as your light and move this. Like, Lestat gave what needed to be gave.
Because see, he tried. They call him Dreamstat. Dreamstat was trying to console Louis and try to be like, I'm gonna be a supportive friend and help you with this stuff. When he's arguing back and forth with Armand, well, Armand wasn't even arguing him. Louis was yelling and fussing because he was in his feelings, and Armand was just like, well, I don't know. It could have been a mistake. I don't know, because Armand don't give a damn about that book anyway. So he really don't care about none of this shit. That's why he wasn't even mad. He wasn't arguing or nothing. Like, Armand don't give a damn about none of this at all.
Because what you say, that book ain't never gonna happen, and the way they're pretending thing is just beyond me.
This book anyway.
I think we're at the. I don't even think we're at the point where, like, does Daniel know that this book isn't going to happen? Because do you have an escape route? Like, what's your plan, Daniel? See, how did you feel about Armand lying and just this scene overall? Did you live? Because you know you love Louis. Were you living for that little trash photography?
I love Louis. You already know. I feel like, I feel like this Dreamstat is just Louis' subconscious speaking to him. This is him, how he really feels about Armand. This is how he really feels about, every situation. It's just his subconscious. I don't feel like it's actually Louis, like, transmitting thoughts to, I'm sorry, Lestat transmitting thoughts to him. As far as as far as the photography goes, it's definitely, I feel like, Tyra, you had a point with Armand kind of glamoring him for all of these years in order to keep him. He's like, okay, you want to be this great photographer, let me glamour you to think that this is your photography, yada yada yada. And now that he's speaking through his memories, it's coming back to him like, hey, this isn't my picture, this isn't this isn't that. Armand is definitely trying to puppeteer this whole situation, and the more Louis speaks, the more he's remembering, and that is irking the hell out of Armand. And that's why I feel like he has this thing against Daniel. That's why I feel like he has these these transmitting thoughts to Daniel. But yeah, Armand trying to puppeteer the whole situation. Louis is a bystander. He's a victim, guys.
Yo, it's 200 people in here.
What?
It's 202 people up in here on my end. What's up, y'all? What's good? Shout out to my mommy in the back. I like to thank what's up, y'all? What's good? Hello, welcome to the chat. We love it. We love to see it. Keep on liking, hitting that like button, supporting all of us on each of our platforms. We love to see it. Let's see. Just wanted to say, I still don't like Armand. That is it. That is all. We love you, Nikki, forever. The Armand hater. I can always.
She definitely is the one that's hating on Armand. Okay, I can't hate on Armand because he scares me. Armand is in my mind like he being Daniel. Look at him damn big ass creepy eyes. He is in my mind.
Thank you so much. Y'all go check out King Nikki's channel as well. Like, y'all go check her out. Pure unadulterated honesty, because who we can't stand? Armand. We don't like nothing about Armand. I hate the way you walk. I hate the way you talk. I hate the way that you dress. It's Kendrick Lamar and all over Armand. She hates
King Nikki stay on his neck.
King Nikki stopped watching the show because it was getting to be too much Armand. That's how much she can't stand him. Oh man. Oh Lord. The history of Armand abuse, brothels, slavery. I was donated to friends. No one has painted me in over 400 years. Louise, I am not Lestat. Okay. When they said okay in sync, that sent me.
Like, okay, girl, we get it. All right.
that absolutely like made me cackle. But we get into Armand taking Louis on a journey to get to know him a little better. Also apologize. I love how Louis called him out. Like, this whole situation is very much giving Lestat, this display of power and dominance, this control. And then you try to come romance me, where Othello, Romeo, Juliet me on this balcony, and then bring me to this museum to, let me know a little bit about your history. Now, I am not as hard as a rock. I was like, oh, Armand. I felt some emotion for Armand as he was reflecting and telling us everything that he had been through. Do I feel like there's always a hint of manipulation with everything that Armand does, because he knows Louis has a soft heart. He just want to be a well-kept wife, and he knows that. And this was his moment to really kind of play into those intentions, as well as really tell us some more about him. But yeah, I was over there with Lestat giving old school Claudia tease when they're on that bench and he's trying to talk to her, and she goes, bah! She was like, sit down, don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. Ashley, I'm gonna come to you first. How did you feel about, learning all of these new things about Armand?
Okay, so here's the thing. Like, we're not going to forget that Armand threatened to light Louis up on that trailway, whatever, under whatever it was, subterranean walk they went through, the sewers or wherever. And I don't know how we're getting to this point now. We didn't even address it. Like, you were making fire. Were you going to light me up? But okay, now that we're here and we're getting the history, on first watch, I was emotional. I might have even shed a little tear, right? He was traded, ex-trade trafficked, basically sold by his parents. I was like, Arun, Amadeo, Armand, like, oh my gosh, I really felt a way. We meet his maker, and his maker was turning him out too. And he was acting like he was in love. So super toxic, right? But here's the thing. Upon hearing greater details and reading the comments, because the people on my page are epic, they're the real MVPs, okay? This story is truthfully. I think he might be making part of it up. Like, I can't even feel the way I want to feel, like with a heart of compassion, because we can't trust Armand. I think some of it happened, but I'm not inclined to believe that everything happened the way he said it. So I'm hesitant at this point. I really don't know, but I did feel for it. It seemed like a play for sympathy with Louis. Like, love me, choose me, pick me, Louis. Look what I've been through. Yeah. You know it. You know it. Great.
I believe you 100%. This is definitely that. Down to, Lestat conveniently getting cut off that episode. He was like, let me tell you something about 18th century Lestat. The fact that Lestat disappeared off the face of the earth and left the theater and didn't say nothing to nobody. I feel like whatever he's trying to glamour and do to Louis, he tried to do to Lestat, and Lestat ran away. Okay?
That part. Because first of all, he was lying when he was telling that whole story about Lestat. He was trying to paint Lestat to be this evil being. And then, and the thing is, you remember he told that story to Daniel when Louis wasn't around, and he erased his voice off of that recording. Again, Armand be full of, but the story, his backstory, that was probably the most truth he done told this whole time. That's probably and then Lestat, Dreamstat was still laughing in his face. Like, he don't even care about none of that. Like, he just told this whole sob story. Lestat still wasn't trying to hear it. But that was the one time Armand was probably telling the truth, just so that he can get that sympathy from Louis. Like, I want you to really know me. See, you didn't really get the whole story about Lestat, but I'm going to tell you all the things that I've been through, so you know that me and you we both hurt and wounded and all that kind of stuff. And Louis is still like, it can only be one wounded person in this family. Like, what? Like, tell me that part.
I don't know. The Lestat just gives me like, he ran that same game on me in the 1800s. Like, that's just what it feels like. See, how do you feel about this? Did you believe any of it, and did you feel sorry for Armand?
I felt a little sorry for him, and I do believe the story is true. I do believe that he has this abandonment issue so deep in him, from his parents abandoning him to this mentor of his abandoning him in a way that he allowed him to be used by his companions or whoever was around at that time. Is his abandonment from Lestat, and I sympathize with him in that aspect, but I feel that he took that abandonment issue and he's using it to mastermind every relationship and every interaction that he has, because he knows that his story is sad, and he's using that to play on Louis' like heartstrings. And he's taken that distrust, that abandonment leads to distrust. He doesn't trust his parents because they abandoned him. He doesn't trust his maker because he abandoned him. He doesn't trust anyone. So he's trying to puppeteer every situation as best as he can. And I just see it, and I don't like him, and I don't like him for him. And that's what saps up every bit of sympathy that scene took for me. I sapped it right back up, thinking about how he's just using it as like another chess piece. I can't stand the man.
It was on my chest a little bit, because it made me relate to what he also likes about Louis, other than that attachment to Lestat, that sense of Louis having the freedom to go and find himself and be out in the world. Like, I wish I could do that. I never had that moment from since I was a young kid all the way down to me being ill and being bitten. I was abused there, and even my own name, the coven gave me that name. I don't know who I am. I haven't had the chance to discover myself either. So it was cute, but we see you, Armand. We do. We would love to be there with you, but we just can't be. Thank you, Trinity Angel 666 for the $9.99 super chat. See, I feel like Claudia is making too many mistakes with trusting the coven. Did she forget that they lied to them about being turned by Lestat? Also, why is Armand mind controlling the interviewer? Oh, hopefully we find out soon. Hopefully we find out soon. Trinity, does anybody, because I think we kind of covered it already previously, but does anybody have a definitive thing of this is why Armand is controlling Daniel? I think it's to cover up for whatever lies he's been telling to or glamoring Louis this entire time. That's what I think it is. Anybody else?
Yes. Yep, he's covering. He's trying to cover his tracks because as the interview is going on, Louis's memories are coming back. He don't want that to happen. He's sabotaging this whole book situation. He damn sure don't want that to come out because according to the rules, you can't be writing your history. And of course, he's also hiding what he did to Daniel. Armand is hiding so much at one damn time. He gets sloppy.
Let's see. I forgot. Being in love makes you stupid. Stupid. Louise pretending this is all for Claudia. Dang it, it's all for you. He's trying to give the omen. This has not been for Claudia for quite some time. He threatened me and Santiago. Actually, I'm gonna come to you first. How did you feel when Armand rolled up on Claudia to not only snatch her out of the shop, but hem her up in the dark alley, then politely snatch Santiago up and throw him on the ground like the Hamlet he is?
Yeah, I mean, his world is starting to crumble, right? And we saw the glimpse of it initially, again, when Claudia asked not to be Baby Jane anymore, Lulu, whatever her name is. And he was like, girl, nah, you know, the man who wrote the play is out here picking up condoms. You know what I mean? Like, who are you? Claudia? And so I think this was a natural progression, right? Claudia, you're not where you need to be. I'm going to check you because I really hate you. Armand really literally hates Claudia. And I agree with C that it has everything to do with the bond she has with Louis. Again, Armand wants to possess Louis fully and totally. I don't think there's room for Louis and anyone else in his life as long as Armand is there. So him choking her up, and she was actually scared. And I was like, he is ancient. I'd be scared too. But I mean, the fact that with Santi, he was there, clearly heard everything about the unaliving because Armand was sloppy, right? And said everything right then. I'm like, why didn't you deal with Santi right there, Armand, if you really cared? You know what I'm saying? If you really cared about Louis and him making it, why did we just hem him up real quick and let him go? I mean, but you know, that was it. But yeah, I was like, okay, Armand, finally, we're seeing the real you. That cruel, vicious, meanie. Yeah.
No, but you see at that moment, he was sure to just solely mention, like, yeah, I know about what you did to your maker. Like, kind of pinning it all low key on Claudia. His objective is to love and be with Louis. He has no alliance to protect, give to that. Don't nobody care about Claudia. See?
Like, it's just more reason to hate this man. Like, he's trying to alienate Claudia in order to get to Louis. And it's a shame. And like it's all crumbling around him. He's losing it. He's losing his marbles. I feel so bad for Claudia, but yeah, at this point, I feel like, damn, should you just go off on your own? Because
no, see, I want to know about this all being because you know you the Louis fan.
I'm a Louis fan, and I feel like it's not Louis' fault that these men are so obsessed with him. Like, why are you so obsessed with me? They just can't get enough of Louis. I don't feel like it's his fault.
Not so much the obsession part, but more so we're still here because this was making you happy. I was doing this for you.
Well, to be fair, he wanted to leave when from Gitz, right? And he was staying for Claudia. So let's clock that T. Claudia is the one who wanted to stay in this danger zone, and now she's feeling the heat. And all of a sudden, it's you left me, you did this, you did that. No, ma'am, you wanted to stay here, Miss Ma'am.
Okay. Okay, how did you feel about this?
Armand is playing chess, and ain't nobody looking at this because he's using the coven to get rid of Claudia, but he's also using Louis to get rid of the coven. Because think about it. Think about it. If the coven gets rid of Claudia, Louis gonna be upset. Armand don't like them damn people anyway. He just said they don't like they upset. They don't want me to be their leader no more. He sees that the power he has over them is breaking because of Louis. So it's like, hey, let me get them to take out Claudia, and then Louis will be mad enough that I can get rid of the coven too. Kill two birds with one stone.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, that's why you my nigga.
I forgot forgot, Tyra. I forgot. I didn't even
Armand.
the scene with dadgum Claudia and Louis, honey, and her spazzing out. And she's absolutely right. I don't know. We need to talk about it though, because yes, Louis will choose the D over Claudia every single time. And clearly, it don't even have to be good D. It could be any D that fills up and occupies his spaces. Claudia was right in this moment. She did her big one. She told him exactly how she felt. But sis, I don't need you roaming the streets alone right now because you're prey. You know what I mean? There's a target on your back. But she told the absolute truth because Louis does every single time. And when he turned around and said, "And now you need to sit in your choices, sister," I was like, well, dang, Louis, you need to sit in your choices then, brother. Like, I mean, how would you feel, Louis, if everyone chose you? And he should actually understand how Claudia feels with the way his family rejected him once he was turned, right? I think he should get that feeling of having no one else in the world. But I guess he always had Lestat, so he hasn't really experienced what Claudia has, not really having anyone that she feels like is in her corner forever, you know?
In life. Nobody. Nothing. Like when you said that pissed me off. I just wish he had her own little separate powers to set all his little half-ass Gordon Parks photography on fire. It made me mad. Don't say that to her. He didn't even go after her. You're supposed to go after your baby. This is just not the Louis that was sulking for years because Claudia was on a train. Like
he was on that couch depressed for 7 years in a house robe.
She did that to herself, y'all. And I'm going to take up Louis again because Claudia doesn't.
Go ahead.
You know, Claudia doesn't allow for any other interpretation but her own, right? I feel like she put herself in this position because she was so gung-ho of staying with the coven, regardless of all the dangers. And now that Louis has gone along with her and he's found, something to, a little man to occupy his time, suddenly it's a problem. Yes, like he shouldn't have told Armand, all of the tea, but I don't feel as if he's abandoning her. I feel like Claudia is so headstrong that she won't allow someone to take care of her. She's very much, I'm going to do this way. I'm this independent. And, granted, maybe that's just how she had to be, given that Louis and Lestat were so close. But at this point, honey, you gotta fess up to your own stuff too. I'm not saying Louis is 100% right, but he ain't 100% wrong. That's all I'm gonna say.
Louis just lost that privilege for me. The moment you found out he knows it, because Claudia would have been a whole lot in older coven, and I can't wait to put this little Shirley Temple dress on. But the moment he would have said he knows everything, they know everything, we are in danger, Claudia would have gladly left. She's always Trump protecting herself as well as Louis and their family over everything else. Though I love it here, he took that option away from her, just like she took that option when she decided to, who's that man up there on the painting up there, and go along with that lie. He did the same thing to her, but it was just 10 times over. Like, there's a blame to be had on both sides, but Louis, go to hell.
Louis got 100% blame, Mr. It's me and you and you and me and me and you. Shut your ass up.
And you and me, and we just
He was trying to protect her though in that final hour where he was like, look, just take care of her. Just tell her she's beautiful every day. He was trying to take care of her, Lord.
No, he was. He was trying to lure Armand back to his house.
No taking care of anything. From the moment I tell you, Claudia, your daughter, you know me, turned me, I tell you this man threatened my life, and you say, that doesn't sound like Lestat.
Yeah. I can't defend him on that. I can't defend him on that. That was messed up. I don't know where he did.
Syndrome right there. That was that don't sound like anything he would never do that.
Louis always giving like I fell in the kitchen tease. Like, Louis, get out of my face. The battered woman said like, what happened to you? I fell in the kitchen. He stay falling in the kitchen and keeping secrets. We get into plotting and scheming. Santiago knows everything. Kay, I am going to come to you first. What is about to happen? And like I'm sure you think I know, Armand already knows all this is going on. Nothing ever happens without Armand knowing. He knows all about this. Okay?
He very much knows. He knows. That's what he was trying to hold Louis in that damn park so long and whatnot. He knows exactly what they was doing, and he's letting it happen. And the thing is, letting Santiago think that he's on this mission and he's fine. He's looking for stuff Armand already know. So he's letting Santiago think that he's really doing something, knowing Armand already knows this information. So when Santiago finally says, "Ooh, look what I got," Armand will be like, "Oh my gosh, we got to do something." Yeah.
See?
Santiago is power hungry. He's gonna do whatever it takes to get a little bit of power, a little bit of shine. It's just in him, and I love him. And he's giving, I don't know. Some about him is like, he's kind of, Santiago, but I know I get his character right. I get him right. He's a little schemer. But Armand in the park, I don't think that he knows that Santiago is going to go to this extent. I feel like he does feel like Santiago is power hungry and that he's a climber. But I don't think that, I feel like if he would have known that this was all about, he would have taken out him from the get, because he's all about Louis, child. He all about Mr. Louis, and he's gonna do whatever it takes for Louis. So if he thought that he was trying to get some dirt on Louis, he would have took him out. So I don't think
I think that's obsolete when he's trying to use Santiago to take, because it's about Claudia. He needs Louis all to himself. So we're going to use Santiago to take her out, and then we're going to have Louis
get mad. Exactly. We want Louis mad at the coven.
Ashley, how do you feel about the plotting and scheming? Does Armand know everything, or is he, just as oblivious as Louis always is? You're muted. There we go.
I'll be running my mouth and I don't really want to be interrupting y'all. Okay. So yeah, Armand is never oblivious. Armand always is in the know. Okay. He's always in the know. And so again, and not only that, but he knows his coven. He knows Santi. He knows all of these characters. He already knew about the coup, right? The mutinous planning. But maybe you have slides for it because I don't want to go too far because I'm known for doing that. But honey, when they're on that park bench and he's like, Louis said, well, I used to run stuff, but in both lives at some point in my life, I've run everything. I'm a boss. And when Armand looks at him, he's like, okay, Daddy, you can run the theater. I'm sitting here like, really, Armand? Really? The coven hates him. And you're going to say, yes, Louis, you're now in charge, Daddy. You got it, baby. You got it. You got it. Armand is a master manipulator. Like, people playing checkers, he's been playing chess. He knows what he's doing. He's reading it time.
Monopoly. Oh no, he's been playing everything since the moment Louis got there. Saying goodbye to Lestat for Armand. Louis, please. I had your initial sewn into the pocket over my heart. This was very cute. I love the way they went about this, and him, just disintegrating in the rain and disappearing off into nothing. Like, oh, guess there won't be a hunt, will it? I was like, y'all have this little romanticization if you want to. Lestat is not dead, and he's going to come through with the fury and fire. But the fact that it's just like, I have to, farewell, my love. I have to move on and be with Armand and forget all about you. Like, nothing about Louis in the way that he treats Armand says, I'm just ready to drop this and be with my true love, Armand. Like, this is all pretend. This is all make believe. And Armand has been a rebound for a century. See, did you like any of this? How did you feel when he said goodbye to Lestat?
Oh, this scene was pulling at my heartstrings, y'all. Shout out to the special effects department. They did their big one with this one. I love that the fading of Lestat, the fading of his voice and everything, and even like his last words, you could barely make out what he said at that time. Very well put together. Again, I feel like this isn't Lestat. I feel very much that this is like Louis' subconscious, or Louis' like descent into madness a little bit. Because if it is Lestat, why wait so long? It's literally been like 3-4 years. And if he's waiting for him to be happy, Louis was finding his purpose in the photography. He was finding his person in Armand. This would be the time to strike, you would think. But I just think that this was a great scene, probably one of my favorites in the series so far, just as far as what they were trying to do really came across well. It translated well. And I love this scene.
Me too. Kay?
Have
It's
myself
scary.
muted. Slight
Yeah.
note. Did y'all notice that Lestat is dressed like Brad Pitt in the movie Interview with the Vampire?
Ooh, yes. Both
I
of them
just wanted
looking
to shout,
good.
I just wanted to shout. Did y'all see the nod to the original movie? Just to
Yes.
point that out real quick.
I
But
did.
Even the ponytail. Even the ponytail.
yes,
Mhm.
yes, even the
Yeah.
ponytail. It was giving very much a nod to the movie Interview with the Vampire. But in that moment, y'all trying to get us to feel sorry for Lestat. You see how his eyes was looking all sad and stuff, and his voice was dropping like, "Oh, we're really not gonna hunt. Like this is it. Like you want me to go away and trade me off for this ancient vampire?" Yeah, I still don't feel sorry for no damn Lestat. He was hell. He was giving them hell, both of them, torturing him and Claudia and whoever the hell else. Y'all not gonna get me.
I love Lestat. I don't care. I'm like, I just can't because it's like so long. Think of me and only me, just fading away. Like I just because I know that this isn't the like it would be different if
Bye.
Lestat was dead. He is not dead. He is coming back, and I cannot wait. It's gonna be litty, Ashley.
Yeah, it was very much, why did you put me in this suit, Louis? Because I always loved you in this suit, Daddy. Like I always love you in that. And then when Lestat is like, so, you're gonna break up with Armand, he's like, yeah, I'm a break up. I was like, Louis, how do you lie to a hallucination? Why you just lie to tell lies, you know what I'm saying? But I guess it was emotional. And honestly, Lestat has been his like security blanket, right?
Yeah.
And now he's feeling so secure, which I don't know why, especially after this exchange with Claudia. Like you heard what this man just did to your daughter sister. Like now I feel comfortable enough. I'd keep Lestat on for a little while longer. I might need Lestat's help a little while longer to help me see things clearly. But yeah, I mean, we're going to see Lestat soon enough.
I feel like that's why he put him away. That's why he had to put away with the delusion, because if my theory is right, this is where this is his subconscious. This is where he's hiding his inner thoughts, his inner beast, if you will. And so him feeling or him seeing that Claudia felt betrayed and all things are kind of like falling, everything's crumbling. He has to put away this hallucination, this subconscious self, so he can embody the wholeness of what he is in order to take on the situation. So that's why I feel like he decided to, okay, let me put Lestat to the side at this point.
We'll see if it works. I hope it works for him, but I just don't like Louis.
Nah.
I think he needs all the help he can get. And also, reading through the comments from last week's video and this week's video, I just want everybody to know who's watching, right? Like, as far as these characters, we're giving our take on characters based on the episodes only. It's not like this deep conspiracy to like whatever. If I say I like Lestat, dang it, I like Lestat. I like the actor. I like the dramatics. I like what he does. If I say I don't like whatever, it's nothing personal, right? It's just literally about what we're being presented with. So don't take it personally. Anybody?
Yeah, it's personal for me.
I was just going to say, y'all can take it personally because Louis been getting on my nerves.
I don't care. I don't care. I love Lestat dirty draws and his evil malice all day long. Like I cannot wait till he comes back and burns everything down. I can't wait. Like I just love Lestat because at least he's the devil and the demon. We know absolutely nothing about Armand, and he's scary with the lacking that we do know. That man got all kind of bones buried, and it's gonna be real interesting. I want you. Are you sure about that? I want you more than anything in the world. Child, more than anything in the world. Yeah, just think about what we're willing to do to have what we want more than anything in the world. Silly Louis, you have never been in control since the day you met Lestat. Forever manipulated. Now we have old Louis stepping into his New Orleans big zaddy draws. He's gonna get back into how he was running them brothels all on the street and how he was running the whole little. I'm gonna step back into my bag. I ain't never been much of a photographer, but I've been good at running stuff. Were you though? Were you? I was always good at running things and the fact that he just didn't even blink twice over Armand, like, oh, this coven and all the laws and the years and the 600. We're just gonna hand it over because bump the rules. I'm just gonna put you in charge and you can run it as you see fit. And yeah, like he's just gonna take the reins, like really. And Louis is like, well, yeah, just let Santiago hell. Like the fact that he thought he was doing something. I wanted to throw a rock in that park so bad. Like, get your please stop. See, I'm gonna come to you first. Do you think Louis has any control in this situation whatsoever, or is he being puppeteered like everybody else by Armand?
I think that when he says he knows how to run things, I believe him. I believe him only because no, listen, let me make a case, because y'all know this my boy, and I'm gonna make a case for him, right? I'm here to defend Louis, right? My defendant, my client. Now, because when we take a look at his history, he did run that whole brothel, so much to the point that he was being accepted into spaces he otherwise would have not been, being a Black man at that time, right? So he has to have some sort of business savvy in order to pull himself from his bootstraps, if you will, in order to elevate not only his status, but the status of his whole family, because they was living good in that big white house in Louisiana in, segregated times. And I feel like Armand maybe isn't as much of knows how to run things, because he came in being a big fish in a small pond. He was already powerful in comparison to the coven, right? So Louis has that understanding of, okay, I can come in with what little I have and make it grand and make, something out of nothing. Whereas Armand has to already have that power in order to feel powerful and do something with it. So I do feel like he know what he's doing. Let Santiago get a little taste of power, let him mess up, and then you can come in and save the day. I feel like that's the way to go.
Hey, you about to make my tear come down. Please. Please. Because we just know, like, at least lead with Armand. Yeah, while you manipulating, just know that the coven, Santiago, everybody already knows everything. So pick and choose how you want to maneuver. We just handed him over the keys to this raggedy kingdom. Can you go ahead and just shaking your head? I cannot with you.
See, I love you because Louis needs somebody on his side. He really do need it, because Louis done been on my nerves since he didn't go after Bruce when Claudia told him the whole truth and his ass ain't do nothing but lay there clutching pearls. You didn't, instead of going after this guy. So me and him have had beef ever since that moment. You really think you fit? Think about it. Armand just said that he was sold into prostitution in a brothel, and your ass was running a brothel. You really think he finna turn over the keys to a theater for your ass? What damn theater? The shit burnt. I can't with Louis. I just cannot.
Did we try to give him like a false, like, oh, I'm thinking of you, when he goes, oh, it might just be safer if you just leave. Like, nope, I'm staying here with you, and I'm staying, like, oh, as if you were ever going anywhere. Ashley.
No, Louis, unfortunately, and I hate this for him, right? But he's been used in every relationship that he's been in. Like he's literally the pawn. He's the possession, and he's the pawn in these. He ain't running nothing. He wouldn't run anything, because first of all, here's the thing about this coven, right? We know they're unruly. They're already losing respect for Armand. How could he come in and elicit any kind of respect from them? They don't like him. We saw that at the dinner. Like, they can't stand Louis. Louis don't want to be a part of us. He think he's too good. He's out here living like a human. He's free. He's taking his little pictures. They hate him. So again, I think this was a ploy again to make him feel empowered, like he's Big Daddy. Okay. And I just, Armand is just him. He's been around so much longer than everyone else. He's seen different storylines play out. And yeah, it's all his machinations coming into play. Like, he's got this worked out to a science, I'm sure. And I'm sure we'll see it unfurl by the end of this season. Yeah, poor Louis.
I don't think he's coming in to run things. I feel like he's coming in to give Armand some guidance. Say, this is what we should do. And as far as the coven is concerned, Armand is still the head. But behind closed doors, Louis is whispering in his ear, telling him what to do. So I don't think he's giving him.
Why would anybody ever listen to Louis?
And Louis seems like he's telling him what to do, but Armand's plan is already in place. Yeah. Coven get rid of Claudia, Louis get rid of the coven, so we can get the hell up out of here.
If anything, the dynamic has
I think he's
rejected.
trying to
He's
get
the
Louis
F boy of the
some
relationship, Louis.
security.
He's the F boy of the relationship. Armand will do anything for Louis at this point.
Yeah, I think he's trying to give Louis some false sense of security so that when the happening happens and he loses Claudia because she's gonna die, he can make it seem like, well, you know, my hands were I didn't like no you playing your hand this whole time. Child. Like, well, you had told me to put Santiago in charge. Like I just
But I mean, the people are already calling Santi Miter. They're already
Yeah.
looking to him for guidance. So I don't know what power Armand is going to elicit, or if I think it's all just a ploy, because I think Armand is even over the theater. I think he wants
to be free. He wants to be free and live his best life with Claudia.
And
Not
Louis
Claudia.
gonna help him do it.
With Louis, and we can, we need to get rid of, because if Claudia's always there, that's going to always be an issue for him. Like you said, he wants a possession. I can't have my possession when and where I want to if your little girl, the little petite beauty, is always on standby. I need her to go. I need her to go. Actually, I am going to come to you first. What do you think is about to happen next in episode 5?
Well, I haven't watched the trailer for the new episode. I just saw whatever little clip they had at the end. I don't think it was the full trailer, though. I was hoping it was going to be a full flashback. I was hoping we would get a whole 70s episode because I loved the afro. I was feeling the wardrobe. I love when we're transported to a different period. So I was hoping for that. But it looks like we're going to get more tea than that. So for next episode, again, I hope it's very heavily influenced in the past. I hope we get a complete retelling of what happened with Daniel. I hope we get some answers. And in present day, I hope we get in kind of some breadcrumbs as to Claudia's fate and how it's going to play out with the Theater des Vampires. That's my hope for the next episode.
See?
So yeah, I hope we get a little, historical tea on what happened in the 70s between Daniel and everybody. I hope that we see a little bit of what Santiago has planned, because clearly he's coming for next, right? He wants the top spots. He's going to do whatever it takes. So I can't wait to see what happens with that. And I want to know, is this because I believe we have 8 episodes this season, so we're a little bit over halfway by episode 5. I want to know, when is Lestat proper coming in? I want to know, if it's going to be this next episode, are we going to be when is he coming back? That's what I want to know. Hopefully we'll find out next episode.
Okay.
So this is what I think is going to happen. I think Armand is going to start to unravel, because think about the stuff on Daniel's computer. His memory is starting to unfold because the Talamasca wants it to. They want this to happen. So they're giving Daniel little Easter eggs and crumbs to try to figure, so he can piece together what really happened outside of the lie that the vampires have told him. But I think what's going to happen, the more Daniel's memory cracks, he's going to be looking at his own memory that he's trying to get back, and the story that they're telling him to piece together, and the Talamasca who's they're secretly feeding him information. Although, just like what's his name said in the restaurant, he said, "I'm surprised my name hasn't came up in your conversation." They know about the Talamasca. They know. Yeah. They're waiting for Daniel to start saying some little stuff so that they can piece this together. It's not going to be good for Daniel to stick around for a while. Mm-hmm. It's not gonna be good.
I don't care about them turning the little Taylor into. I don't care about no companion. I hope that little storyline don't go on for too long. Like Kay said, enjoy y'all time together. It's giving the Titanic. I hope you two enjoy your time together. I hope y'all enjoy your little time together while it lasts, because you're gonna die, girl. I'm just waiting on Lestat. I'm waiting on Lestat, child, because via those previews and him making his grand re-entrance into the Theater of Vampires, child, it's just it's giving everything that it needs to give. In that trailer, you see that Dubai house is just completely in shambles. I am gonna assume that it is falling apart because Louis finally realizes who he's been laying next to for 70 years. Oh, it's gonna be juicy.
Oh yes, we're gonna go have some unraveling this next episode.
Oh, it's going to be really, really juicy, and I just hate the fact in the trailer that everything is like falling down, and Daniel's still at that laptop. Like, Daniel, if you don't get up and Daniel, if you don't get up and get out of there, like, boo,
Thank you.
it is just absolutely not safe. But yeah, I'm looking forward, just like you guys, to what transpired, and the hotel situation, and Armand's jealousy maybe getting the best of him, or as y'all said in the comments, maybe Daniel was a serial killer. We just don't know. Putting bags on people's heads. Maybe he was getting his dome on. We don't know. We do not know, but a whole lot is going to transpire, and I cannot wait. I really wish that we got 10 episodes instead of 8, just make me feel better. But because I just looking, I was like, oh, we only got 8 episodes this season. I thought we would have more, but what they've been giving us has just been absolutely amazing. Let me read this last super chat here and show y'all some love. What's next in episode 5? Everyone goes love crazy. TG, this Armand wishes. Ain't nobody. It's gonna be hatred all around. It's gonna be absolutely hatred all around. Just everything. I know that I just feel like Lestat is gonna come back and take Louis to almost to the semi brink of death. Pop Claudia upside her head. Like, don't you ever plot on me again. And once he's done, rampaging, it's just gonna be like, are you gonna be with me or this person? Because you don't know what you're signing up for, even though that it's not a walk in the park for anybody. Let me show you guys some love for the super chat and all the engagement in the chat period, and we're going to come back and say our goodbyes for the night.
I would like to get to know if I could be the kind of girl that you could be down for. 'Cause when I look at you, I feel something tell me that you're the kind of guy that I should make a move on. And if I don't let you know, then I won't be for real. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. The more I see you, the more that it becomes so true. There ain't no other for me, it's only you. I wanna guide you with what you go through. I wanna be down. I wanna be down. You don't make it down. Okay, you know it's true. I wanna be down.
Trying to be down. Come on, Lestat. I want to be down too. I swear.
So bad.
Okay, with the good old horror and hooch, I am definitely going to come to you first to tell the people where they can find you and what you may have going on your channel. Okay, go ahead and take it away.
Hey, calling all horror fans, calling all superhero fans. You know what? If you a nerd, Blur, just come on, okay? I just put a review up for Godzilla -1, really good movie. There's reviews for Interview of the Vampire, Evil, X-Men 97. Horror fans, superhero nerds, I need y'all to hit that subscribe button so you can follow us.
Yes, absolutely. And you guys, this is what Chay's channel looks like. To go over there and support her. Girl is getting closer and closer to 1,000 subs. Get over there and help out. We like money that folds, not the money that jingles. Get over there. Stop over there. But this is just absolutely awesome. You guys go and please support Kay in the Fifth Wall, and also her podcast, Horror and Hooch, where you get all things horror and more. Go and support my girl, please. Let's see. I'm gonna come on over here to our guest first, Miss C Superior, so she can let you guys know what she does exactly on her channel and where you can go find her on any platforms that she's on. Go ahead and take it away, C.
All right. So you can follow me on any platform at See the Superior, TikTok, Instagram, all of that jazz. See the Superior. I'm on YouTube on my little fledgling channel. Give me a subscribe. Show me some love on See the Superior. I also co-host on Unpopular Review Entertainment. So if you're on YouTube, you can check us out. We're talking about my adventures with Superman. We're going to be talking about the second half of Bridgerton coming up. If that's your bag, you can join us over there. But yeah, thanks. See the Superior on all platforms.
Yes, absolutely, you guys. And this is what her channel looks like. Not you saying your little fledgling channel. You guys get over there and support see the superior in everything that she does. I see she has a whole lot of shorts. It's just a whole lot of content over here. It seems like I think you do a little cosplay as well. Like she does a whole lot. So you guys go and support her and help her reach her next milestone of 500 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. Money that folds, not the money that jiggles. Get over there, please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And last but not least, Miss Morticia Adams herself. Ashley, tell the people what you have going on over there on your channel and where they can find you.
Baby, some of everything. Y'all already know what it is on my channel. Go over and check out the boys rankings for season 1, honey, because I'm catching up because I will be covering the boys season 4. Also be looking out for the new series on Hulu, Clipped. I will have my review up later tonight. And then, of course, y'all know I cover the Shy Ghost Power Book 2 season 4, which premieres the end of this week. But yeah, there's something for everybody over there. So just head on over to My Sweet Perspective. And again, I'm My Sweet Perspective on everything, on the TikTok and on the Instagram. Come on over and see about me. Also, thank you guys so much in the chat for just showing out and showing love and showing up on a Tuesday night. We appreciate you so much. We couldn't really do this without you. So absolutely. Thank you. And thank you, Deborah, as well, for hosting and coming through with the epic slides, the amazing intros, the dance breaks, all of the things.
I do what I can. Once again, you guys, this is what Ashley's channel looks like. And I do believe that she just recently hit 2,000 or so subscribers. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Shake some titties for Ashley and her channel. Yes, let's go. She is, steadily growing as we are all trying to. And this is what it looks like. Be sure to go and support her. Thank you guys so much. Now, as for me, y'all already know I'm at where I'm at and I'm going to be where I be. I will post when I can. Be on the lookout this weekend. I will be dropping a video for the Book of Eli, and hopefully that following Monday I will be dropping Tuesday I will be dropping my review for Ray. But I will also be discussing the new season of The Boys, and we will also be discussing, is it Queenie?
Yes,
Hulu's Queenie that's coming out. We'll be discussing that also. And I don't know what the lineup's going to look like or who may be here for what, but The Boys and Queenie is definitely coming down the pipeline. So be on the lookout for that to join us as well. But yeah, support us. This has been just absolutely awesome. And I hope that y'all please come through for episode 5 because, I just feel like it's going to be good.
Ooh, it's going to be good.
But once again, don't forget to like on all platforms, share this video if you care, and also drop down because we love the comments in the chat. But the comments that really, really matter and get us more engagement on the channel overall is the comments that you drop below as well as those likes. So remember to do that. But we will definitely see you guys next week. See, you are welcome to join if you would like to. Anything else please, before we get out of here?
No, thank you guys for having me. I had a great time. Can't wait to talk about the next episode. Thanks, guys.
All right. Good night, y'all. Stay fledging.